Good morning, trade pros. Welcome to our morning market update about Instagram. I found that in Asia, Japan's up 0.6 of a percentage point. Hong Kong's down 1.4%. China's down 1.4%. India's down 0.3%. So Asian markets are weak across the board, except for Japan. In Europe at midday, London and Paris are flat. Frankfurt's down 0.8 of a percent. German markets are sliding on fears of Merkel government being replaced. Angela Merkel, however, is taking steps to curb these immigration inflows. She is going to start to put out some legislation and shut down the borders or make it at least more stringent. So she is trying to hang on to her role, and that's kind of what's putting some uncertainty in the market in Germany. All right, in the futures here in the United States, Dow Jones is down 0.4 of a percent. S&P is also down 0.3 of a percent, and NASDAQ is also down 0.3 of a percent. So in the U.S. as well, futures are slightly more on the bearish side. We saw one heck of a rally yesterday that peaked into the overnight session, and then just as quickly we saw a sell-off right back down to some more bearish levels. We tagged 2780 on the S&P 500, and we promptly sold off. So it's getting volatile here going into this OPEC meeting tomorrow. Tomorrow's day one of the OPEC meeting. Day two is going to be on Saturday. Yesterday, we saw a huge inventory report, a big draw of crude oil inventory, but a big accumulation in gasoline stockpiles. And that sort of ultimately had a net bullish effect initially and sold off. Yesterday's crude oil inventory report was probably the hardest for me to trade in a while. I had a little bit of a challenge with it initially. Then I rolled over, made the money back after trying the long side and got stopped out 3 times. Got short and got paid at the end of it all. So interesting opportunity, a lot of swings in crude oil. Crude's down almost 2% today. Gold's down almost 1%. Bitcoin is flat around 6,600 on the crypto market. All right. In today's economic calendar at 8:30, we had initial jobless claims come out at 218,000 versus 220,000 expected. The 4-week average dropped as well, which is really positive, and jobless claims are in a very bullish trend. All right, for the rest of the day at 9 a.m., we got the FHFA house price index. 9:45, we got the Bloomberg Consumer Comfort Index. 10 a.m., we got leading indicators. 10:30, we have the natural gas inventory number. Mario Draghi announced that the Bank of England is going to keep, not Mario Draghi, apologize. Bank of England chief announced that they're going to keep the rates unchanged. Chief economist unexpectedly backed an interest rate hike. They did not formally, and now they're jumping on board saying, you know what, if we get interest rate hike, good for us. Let's do it. And that intention put a bid into the currency. The pound is surging as the U.S. dollar is selling off. All right. It's already up quite a bit. We've pretty much got the majority of the early on news move. Now what you could do is fade the pound and buy the dollar, take the counter trend trade. Initially, if you're not into that riskier type of trading, wait for the bounce back to support, the fade into the support level. Once you see a little bit of rotation going on, you can take a nice long for a short opportunity with low risk. Short-term long opportunity. Let me qualify that. I'm not saying short the pound. I'm saying either short it now to fade it or wait for the support and buy it in order to ride the trend upwards. I think there's a lot of money looking to buy the pound in light of this new news. All right. Today we're going to have banks announcing their Federal Reserve stress test. Just to let you guys know, on an annual basis, the Federal Reserve hosts a stress test with banks. They look at the capital requirements that they have, the capital they have on their book, and they stress test them for any kind of market turbulence to see the results. And there's a pass or fail. If you pass, you pass. If you fail, you got to redo the test and recapitalize. And because of what's been going on, and these reserve ratios have been higher than required, a lot of these banks now have a lot of cash to return to investors. Are they going to do buybacks? Are they going to pay dividends? That's what we're looking to find out in today's reports. They're going to be coming out slowly. We also found out that Deutsche Bank has a 12-to-1 VAR ratio. That's value at risk. So they're leveraged on a 12-to-1 factor on their trading desk. So that's crazy. That's insane. That's a lot of leverage to take in an institutional position. This is going to be a huge sticking point. So you watch Deutsche Bank. Another thing you're going to look at is 38 of the largest financial firms in the U.S. are going to announce their stress test results today. Higher profits on the backs of some of these tax cuts and interest rates going up is raising their NIM, net interest margin. That's what banks thrive and prosper on. So look for some positive results. Look for the banking sector to rally today. ETF that you could use to trade is XL. Excuse me, guys. XLF. All right, that's the financial sector ETF. You can do option spreads on it. You do option strategies, buy calls, whatever it is. But you could use that to trade this report. It's coming out today. All right, a second round's coming out next week, and that's going to talk about the firms that have failed based on qualitative grounds. So today we're going to find out the ones that have passed. All right, China may have secretly approached the U.S. to de-escalate this trade war through a back channel. So I got that kind of coming in. And Dunkaroo, that's what I was looking for. Sorry, I just got a text from a previous conversation and I laughed. Yeah, so there is some efforts undergoing at the moment to de-escalate this trade war, but tensions are still flaring here. And China has said the following: if Trump continues to escalate trade tensions with China, we cannot rule out the possibility that China will strike back by adopting a hardline approach targeting Dow Jones index giants. So they're going to look to put sanctions and tariffs on the biggest companies on the Dow. That's not going to help the Dow. The Dow's already kind of the weakest market. The Dow's been down 7 days on all these rallies. So watch for weakness in the Dow today. If it's leading the way down, this is why. This is China's direct statement. And that's going to have some opportunities. So look for Dow to maybe lead early on, or if markets continue to rally and Dow is weak, that may not be a surprise because of this report. All right, that's what I got for you guys. Last but not least, Instagram is trying to compete with YouTube. They're opening an application called IGTV, Instagram TV. They're going to allow you to upload up to an hour of content. And here's a question that I want to ask you guys, and please, I would love it if you participate, each and every one of you, in the comment section below. Would you please tell me if you, as a viewer and trader, if you use Instagram for trading purposes? And more importantly, would you use Instagram to consume educational content about trading? I would absolutely love to hear from you guys, because if the answer is yes, we could put some of this content on there as well and look into this IGTV thing. I like to adopt things early, but first of all, I need to know if it will help you. Would it be helpful for you to have educational content on Instagram TV for trading? And do you go there to consume trading data? Or you just go there to look at funny cat pictures and cute videos? Honest question. All right, that's what I got for you guys today. I'm seeing a little bit of bearish sentiment into this open. Trade careful, manage your risk, trade like a trade pro. I'm also feeling a little bit off today, as you guys could probably tell. Raspy voice. It wasn't a late night or anything. I feel like I'm getting a cold. It's been going around. I don't understand how people get a cold in the middle of the summer. Might be a virus. I don't know. Point is, I'm going to take this time now to get over the kitchen, make a tea, get back to 100%, and let's get in here and smash the markets. Look for some downside early on. The bulls were strong yesterday, but I feel like that's weakening out. Watch out. Trade careful. Manage your risk and trade like a trade pro. That's all I got for you today. Have a great day. See you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And all the best to you guys. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Take care and goodbye.